Last night?
About how many hours ago?
Like 10 hours ago, at least.
How many drinks did you have?
Had a few beers, sir.
Define a few beers.
A few beers.
Define a few beers.
Like 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you drink?
Light beer. Miller Lite.
Miller Lite?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
Who were you with?
My FO.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to provide, well, I can smell an odor consistent with an alcoholic beverage.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
These.
What is that?
Rose.
Do you have any fresh ones that haven't been in your mouth?
Yeah. Right in my bed.
I can smell it.
It's just after 6 in the morning at Savannah's Hilton Head International Airport. Passengers on Southwest Flight 3772 are already in their seats, bags stuffed in the overhead bins, coffees in hand. The plane is supposed to be in the air by 6:05, heading up to Chicago Midway. The engines are running. Everything is normal. Then the plane stops moving. A police officer boards. He doesn't stop in the cabin. He walks straight through to the cockpit. A passenger named Robert Newmarch watches it happen from his seat. He thinks it's a paperwork thing, maybe a late document, some kind of routine hold. The officer walks out, comes back a few minutes later, and this time the pilot walks out with him.
Into the cockpit, he walked back out of the plane, came back a couple minutes later, and the pilot left with him.
That pilot was 52-year-old David Paul Alsop, an 18-year Southwest captain, a former U.S. Air Force Airlift Squadron pilot. And according to police, he had reportedly shown up to fly over 1,000 people's worth of flights that morning while drunk. Here's how it actually started.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. How are you?
You doing okay?
Yeah, fine.
Would you be willing to provide field sobriety with me right now?
No. There's no need.
Well, I can smell an odor consistent with an alcoholic beverage.
Before Alsop ever got to the cockpit, he had to pass through the crew security line. That's where a TSA officer flagged him. According to the incident report, the officer noticed something was off, specifically a strong smell of alcohol coming from the pilot. Airport police officer Josiah Best was called in. By the time Best arrived, Alsop was already sitting in the cockpit running pre-flight checks. Best asked him to step out onto the jet bridge. Standing there on the jet bridge, Best noted what he saw in his report: bloodshot, watery eyes, a flushed complexion, and that same strong odor of alcohol. He asked Alsop the most basic question you could ask in that situation: when did you last have a drink? Alsop said, last night. Best pressed him. How much? A few light beers, Alsop said. Then he clarified, 3 Miller Lights.
When was the last time you had something to drink?
Last night?
About how many hours ago?
Like 10 hours ago, at least.
How many drinks did you have?
Had a few beers, sir.
Define a few beers. What'd you drink?
Light beer. Miller Lite.
Miller Lite?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
Now here's where the FAA regulation becomes relevant. Federal rules prohibit pilots from flying within 8 hours of consuming alcohol or from flying with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.04 or higher. It's called the bottle to throttle rule. Alsop told officers he drank about 10 hours before his shift, which would technically put him just outside that 8-hour window. His defense would later lean heavily on that number, but the officer standing in front of him wasn't sold. Best asked him to take a field sobriety test right there on the jet bridge. Body camera footage from that morning was released 7 months later by a local NBC affiliate. The horizontal gaze nystagmus test came first. It's the one most people know as follow the pen. The officer holds an object in front of your face and moves it slowly from side to side. The only thing you're supposed to do is track it with your eyes. Your head stays still. Your neck stays still. Everything else stays still. It's not physically demanding. There's nothing to balance. You just watch the object move.
Well, this can go quickly, but just come here real quick. Okay, so do you have any health issues? Anything? I'm sorry, you're a pilot, so you can't have any crazy health issues or any problems or anything. I noticed you wear contact or you have glasses.
I do.
Okay. So what I'm just going to ask you to do.
Can we just go away from the passenger?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so all I need you to do is the tip of my pen right here,
Yep.
this little white tip. I'm going to move it back and forth.
Yep.
I need you to follow it with your eyes and your eyes only. You understand that?
Yep.
You don't have any issues doing that for me? Okay, so just pay attention with the
Yep.
tip of this pen. Really quick, okay?
Alsop didn't do that. Instead of tracking the pin with his eyes, he moved his entire head and neck with it. It's one of the most telling signs officers are trained to look for, because it suggests the brain isn't separating eye movement from head movement the way it normally would. Then came the one-legged stand. You lift one foot about 6 inches off the ground, hold it there, and count. Alsop attempted it. At one point during the hold, he visibly trembled, a brief, involuntary shift in his balance before he steadied himself. And according to Officer Best's report, he swayed while trying to maintain the position.
You're just going to take a series of heel-toe steps, count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You do that till you get to 10. Make sure you count out loud. Don't look down. Don't put your arms out for balance. Do you have any issues with that?
No problem.
Okay.
I'll walk here so I can get, well.
You can start right there. All right, you ready?
Yep.
You may begin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You turn around and go the other way.
1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 9.
All right, if you step down on this little platform. Nice.
When the subject of the alcohol smell came up again, Alsop offered an explanation. He told the officer the smell wasn't coming from alcohol, it was coming from a nicotine pouch, a Rogue brand nicotine pouch. Specifically, Officer Best wasn't convinced.
What is that?
Rogues.
Do you have any fresh ones that haven't been in your mouth?
Yeah, right in my bag.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did you smell?
I can smell it. I can smell it.
Just nicotine.
Smells mini.
By the time the tests were over, Best had seen enough. He asked Alsop to consent to a state-mandated blood test. A blood draw would have either confirmed the suspicion or cleared him completely. It was the one thing that could have settled the question on the spot, and Alsop refused.
Or I can do it, jog or run to the IHA and see if there's those white blood kits. Or actually, let me ask him first before we even do that. All right, so do you have any personal belongings on the plane?
I do.
What do you have on there? Like just like your go bag and like a phone and everything?
Yeah.
So my issue is I'm trained in standardized field sobriety, and you've exhibited strong signs. And even after speaking with your first pilot, the issue is: would you agree to a blood draw to test your blood alcohol content? No. Okay. Well, the issue is when you agreed to the field sobriety, you exhibited the symptoms, and if you're refusing to a blood draw, that's DUI list safe for the willful intention to operate a commercial aircraft.
Seriously?
Yes, sir.
How did I fail? I did everything.
The signs that you exhibited during those 3 tests, I'm able to articulate based off those and the odor coming off of your person.
Alsop refused to give the state-mandated blood test, so he was placed under arrest for DUI.
May be suspended for a minimum of 1 year. You are entitled to additional chemical tests of your blood or other bodily substances at your own expense from qualified personnel of your own choosing. You've already agreed that you did not want to participate in the blood draw. So because of that, I was now going to detain you. Like I said, as long as you just continue to be cool with me, I'll be cool with you, okay? Yeah. Can you step over here really quick? Yeah, you can keep this. Step up. If you just want to put it up there with your ID and everything, it'll be all in a little baggie for you. So if you just stand face away from me. Oh, hang on. Before you sit down, just put your hands behind your back for me. Palms up.
At some point during the process, a Southwest Airlines manager actually showed up at the airport and attempted to get Alsop released into the airline's custody.
What's up?
Airlines is asking, is there any way that we can release him to the airlines?
Hey,
Good morning.
where is he currently?
So he's detained in the back of my car right now. I have called my highest supervisor, Lieutenant Wilder. So what were you guys asking?
So I was told that we are supposed to take control of him, if that makes sense.
The what?
Not the word that he's got to be released to us.
Okay.
Because we're bringing in our own drug and alcohol team to
Okay.
Let me.
And I mean this in no disrespect, just because my lieutenant was asking me. Are you, I'm assuming, high up on the food chain here?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Jen,
Okay. If I call back my lieutenant, would you mind just speaking to
I'm gonna message her.
Okay.
I'm gonna message her, the lady right now.
Here, can we step over here just to bring up the speaker?
That didn't happen. Alsop was taken to the Chatham County Detention Center. His bail was set at $3,500. He bonded out.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, I'm here with Officer Best, and they have him currently detained in the back of his car. I was trying to explain that we are to be released to us, but I just want to make sure that they hear that that's what's supposed to happen.
Hello, officer.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, sir.
So I'm just letting you know, I also, right in front of me on my phone, I have my Lieutenant Wilder as well.
Oh, okay. Well, my name is Noemi Moreno, and I'm the manager of the drug and alcohol team for Southwest Airlines.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to let you know what our process is, and when we have reports from TSA as well, we do get involved because the FAA and the DOT have regulations that we also have to follow.
Yes, ma'am.
We have to also conduct an observation because that will determine his employment with us.
Mm-hmm.
We normally have to have, when there is an incident reported, we have to have a test done on him as well. But first, we do need to conduct, an observation to see if there was sign or symptom, a true smell of alcohol. Does he have any kind of other signs, with his eyes? Usually our leaders they're trained to detect these signs and symptoms.
Yes.
If there are any of those signs and symptoms, then we would then proceed to have testing done. I've already dispatched a collector who is a tester, and they're certified testers to the airport, so that if you were able to release him to us, we can conduct those testing. And what happens if he does test positive? We do a breathalyzer test. It's actually certified by the Are you all taking him under custody?
Yes, ma'am. He is currently detained in the back of one of our patrol cars.
Back on the plane, passengers were told there would be a delay. What was supposed to be a 6:05 departure didn't actually leave until nearly 11 the morning, almost 5 hours later. Several passengers gave up entirely and canceled their trips. Robert Newmarch, the man who watched the whole thing unfold from his seat, later put it plainly. He said, "I can't get onto a plane without taking my shoes off. How is a pilot getting on with any alcohol in his system whatsoever?"
My shoes coming off. How is a pilot getting through anywhere with any type of alcohol in his system whatsoever?
Now, the story doesn't end with the arrest, because about 7 months after that morning, Alsop's attorney, David Chaikin, came out publicly and pushed back hard. Chaikin told reporters the body cam footage actually exonerates his client. His argument was that the sobriety tests weren't performed correctly, that proper procedure wasn't followed, and that experts who reviewed the footage came to the same conclusion. The defense also pointed back to that 10-hour number. If Alsop last drank 10 hours before his shift, he was technically outside the FAA's 8-hour window. Chaikin said flatly that the footage proves no crime was committed. Whether the criminal case holds up or not, the professional consequences have already done. Southwest Airlines fired him. The airline confirmed in a statement that Alsop was removed from duty immediately after the alleged incident and was no longer employed by the company. The FAA moved to revoke his pilot certification in March 2025. That decision became public in July, and by March 2025, the U.S. Attorney's Office had received the case file. Federal prosecutors were preparing charges. A man who spent nearly 3 decades flying first for the Air Force, then for one of the country's largest commercial airlines, was now looking at a federal case. As of early 2025, David Alsop of Bedford, New Hampshire, was heading toward federal prosecution. And somewhere out there, Flight 3772's passengers are probably still thinking about what Robert Newmarch said, that there's an odd feeling you get when you find out the reason your flight didn't take off on time was the person in the cockpit. This case still has loose ends. The federal charges the body cam footage, the nicotine pouch defense. We're tracking all of it. Subscribe so you don't miss what comes next.